participants. Welcome to the York Arena. We got the Hawks versus the Caps. Hawks coming off a great win last night. Can they carry it over today? Nice hit in the corner there by Millier, but the puck sneaks out through the crease of McLaughlin. Now the Hawks try to move it up through the zone, pressured immediately, and knocked back in by the Caps. Millier around the boards. Arsenault chipped to Cormier, who chips out and right back in and up over the glass off Dexter McLaughlin's stick.
Yeah, Jamie, Caps have had a kind of a tough start to the season. It'll be interesting to see if they come out hard here tonight.
Absolutely. Caps currently with only one win and a tie this year. But they got some horses. They're flying early here, but so are the Hawks. McPherson takes a bump on the side of the boards there as the Caps are throwing everything they got these first two shifts. Another shot towards the net. Dexter puts into the corner. And here come the Hawks as they come through the neutral zone. Stripped away. And that sneaks by everybody. Now the Hawks going to try to catch the Caps on a change. They decide to get it in deep and change themselves. Puck goes all the way down the ice, and that'll be an icing.
Some unfortunate news for Abel Agnew. It's a broken bone there in his forearm. So we're short a D, but we have a call up, two call ups in fact.
Remy Michaud is on the ice right now. He's been a call up before, and he's back with the Hawks tonight. And Simon Leblanc on the back end filling in for Abel. There's a chance for the Hawks right out front. And they just can't get quite enough wood on that one. Caps dumping and chasing early here. The Hawks trying to match the tempo as they work it in the corner. St. Clair, 3 stitches from last night's game as he took a high hit to the face mask. That pass is off the mark, and down the ice it's called off. Caps looking to move it up the ice, don't like what they see, back behind the net. And here they come. That one's off the mark, but he's going to be first on the puck as Richard's going to lay the body. And the Hawks back the other way. That one sneaks off the stick of Boudreau and back in. And now Millier back to retrieve it. Arsenault can't handle that one. Knocked right back in. Early theme for the Caps. Get it in and chase. Hawks come back the other way. 2-on-1 brewing up. Arsenault tries to feed it back over. Puck's loose. As the defenseman laid down and took everything away. Great chance there for the Hawks to get up early. That one's up and over the shoulder of Richard, and that'll be an icing.
Oh, forgot to turn the clock off. Sorry about that. I'm without my trusty clock guy today.
Just over 3 minutes in. Hawks nearly got the first one on that last chance. That one's knocked down by Gaudette at the line. Sent right back in. This time jumps over his stick. Cormier over to Michaud. Michaud with a chip to Boudreau, but that goes a little too far. Caps now back up the other way. One too many passes as he had a free lane to the net. Caps right back the other way, trying to wheel their way in. Centering pass knocked away by Gaudette. Now behind the net. They bump around. Try to center it out for a quick shot. Caps looking a little bit more rejuvenated than what we're used to seeing as they're throwing everything from any angle on net here. Another one. Rebound. As the Caps starting to look dangerous here. Now from the line, lots of traffic, tips everywhere. Puck's loose. Caps find the rebound. Well, Tony, we've been talking about this early. Something the Hawks haven't been doing is getting lots of bodies in front of that net. And we just seen the outcome there as that puck was shot from the point and took a couple redirects. Ends up on the stick of a Caps player who backhands it into the empty net.
Yeah, not hard to see the Caps game plan for tonight.
St. Clair misses the chip, another chance, right on net. McLaughlin steers that one to the corner. St. Clair finishes the hit in the corner. That's chip but not out. Second chance by Rayfuse. Ends out, but again, Caps put it right in immediately. And Robinson misses his mark. Battle along the boards, back to the point, lots of traffic. That one sails over the crossbar. Burnett lays the body. Caps first on puck. Another shot towards the net. Everything heading towards the net. The Caps are looking for shots and rebounds in this game for sure. Caps regroup. That one's off the mark. Teams go for a change. Hawks stretch pass up to Fredericton. Fredericton poke check. Cap player all alone. He takes a big hit by Millier as he gave him a good push towards the boards to cut his lane off. Now Michaud going to get the line, put it in deep. He goes on the chase. Millier joins up in the rush. Caps fail to get it out as Casey drives his way in to get the puck. Caps able to chip it out, but they go right back in. Great back and forth action. That one's right on McLaughlin. Nobody around, but the ref blows it down.
Yeah, so after a rough start to the season, it's bound to have a little bit of pride, especially at home on a Saturday night, and wanting to come out and put an effort in. So it's to be expected.
Every team's dangerous, Tony. We've seen it as Miramichi was sitting near the bottom and they beat the Hawks in overtime not too long ago. If I learned anything over the years, do not bet on 13 and 14-year-old hockey.
Yeah.
That one's chipped off the glass. And a second effort by Michaud, able to get that one out. Casey on the attack. He gets the puck. Casey was great here last time. That one's a giveaway. Cormier couldn't go in right away as Casey was still across the blue line. Big hit in the corner by Boudreau. Boudreau takes the fall, but here's a turnover. And a shot just misses by Gaudet as he walked right in unattested. He turns and fires that in deep. Boudreau back in, going to lay the body. And there's LeBlanc trying to get it in deep. As he fills in for Abel, that one's called a high stick as Boudreau was looking to fire right away. Caps able to win the draw. They chip it out right back in on net. And now the Caps looking to try to chip that one out. Great job there by Boudreau. They evaded. Here's a 3-on-1 brewing up. Hawks got to come back. Cormier's there. And the pass is off the mark with great effort by the Hawks to get themselves back involved and disrupt that. Well, Tony, we were up here in Fredericton for the Jamboree, and one thing was happening. The Hawks were scoring early within the first minute of most of their games. As of recent, we seem to be getting down on the scoreboard early. Stretch pass up to McPherson. McPherson goes in, puts that towards the goal. He lays the body. And now the Caps come back the other way. Great job by Burnett as he back checks and strips the Caps of the puck. Puck jumps back and forth in the neutral zone. Hawks come up with it. Stretch pass Mealy to McPherson. McPherson all the way over to Burnett. Burnett's got a lane, takes a shot. And the goalie didn't even have to go down as he smothers that immediately.
Good crowd on hand here tonight, Jamie. Is the Pee Wee AAA or the U15 AAA tournament in town this weekend?
Yes.
I've seen some Riverview Raiders in the crowd.
The Buster Harvey tournament is going on here in Fredericton. One of the bigger tournaments for the Pee Wee kids. Adam AA teams are also there as well. And a few of the former teammates are here to support the Hawks. Millier now turns and fires it back in. Richard tries to send that deep. That goes off some shin pads. Now Richard back over to Millier. Millier stretch pass, knocked down by a stick. Caps in the neutral zone, sending in deep, go on the chase. Millier's got a man coming from each end. He chips it to the corner. Caps pick it up, back to the D. Shot on net. Dexter blocker save. Oh, and now behind the net, the Caps throw a little physical action in. Another shot.
Oh,
As a rebound there. The Caps missed and fan on that one as they almost got another.
so that's a delayed call there, influenced by the Caps bench. Probably legitimate call, but it was late.
Yeah, it was the far ref who put his hand up.
Yeah, he was standing in front of the Caps bench there when they all reacted.
Well, you know you're in a Hawks game when they go to the penalty box first. Hawks, so far this year overall, have done a great job. Another penalty call happening as
Oh, broken stick.
it looks like the Hawks are going to go down to a 5-on-3 as St. Clair left the ice quick. Broken stick, but he gets called for a slash. And the fans yelling bad call. So the Hawks again find themselves in another hole as they're already down 1-0 on the scoreboard, and now they got to kill off 5-on-3. And that one shot directly into the Hawks bench. Nobody hurt. They'll set up again. Hawks did a great job with the 5-on-3 2 weeks ago against the Rangers to win that game 2-1. As they were also on a 5-on-3. Lots of block shots. Let's see if they can relive that moment. That stick's knocked out of the hands of Casey. Shot right on. Rebound, though, as everybody squanders to the middle looking for that loose puck. Caps moving around on the outside. Hawks trying to plug up that middle. That one shot towards the middle looking for a tip. It goes wide. Nice job there by Guedette. As the Caps player was looking to do a quick turn to the slot area. Shot from far. That misses. Dexter's trying to find the loose puck. It ends up behind the goal line, but now back up to the blue line as the Caps almost fumble that one. Behind the net, Caps move it up. Looking for a lane. Great job there by Casey to shut that down. Back up to the line. Casey again, getting in the lanes. There's a great play by the Caps, but they ban on another rebound. Great save by Dexter as he gets his pad right up against the post to stop that one. There's another shot blocked by Robinson. He feels the pain on that one. He gets a quick change as the Caps try to come back in. Right back up to the line. Cormier's up there. Trying to get in the lane. Quick shot through some traffic. Puck squirts out wide. Hawks unable to clear it. One man back, but not in the zone as it's Millier coming all the way across. Passing attempt blocked away by Dexter. Another shot right in the breadbasket, and he'll smother it immediately. Good block shot there and a great save by Dexter to keep us in the ball game here early. As the Hawks have killed off one penalty with 7 seconds to go in the next one. Unfortunately, here's a fast break by Arsenault. Can he get there first? It's going to be a stick check. It's tied up. No call on the play. But Arsenault has it as he moves it over to Cormier. Cormier back up to the line. Down back to Cormier. And now the puck sneaks out to the middle, but the Caps pick it up immediately. Back to 5-on-5 action. Hawks looking to get their goal in the game after killing off that big penalty. Both teams trying to establish a dominance here in this game. Even though the Caps have scored first, it's back and forth here in the first. Caps go for a change. The Hawks look to draw something up. Unable to make anything happen, and they'll go for a change themselves. Lots of neutral zone action as the puck goes back and forth here. One thing we've seen earlier is those Caps sending it in deep and going on the chase. They just did it right here again. Shot on net. Rebound picked up by Fournette. Fournette misses his mark as McPherson has that jump off his stick, and that's an icing. Behind the face-off dot, you can see all the Raiders players cheering on some of the Moncton players. The Raiders lost 2-1 to the Pownell Red Devils, which was the final last year in the Pee Wee matchup that the Raiders won. So the Raiders are knocked out of the Buster Harvey tournament. So they get to stay up late tonight, Tony, and run the halls.
That's always fun. I'm sure something you'd wake up for and you want to make the crossovers, but you make the best of it and memories that way too. So
yeah, sometimes these kids, even if they lose and they're already at the hotel, that's where the best bonding happens. Caps win the draw right into the zone. The dump and chase continues as they go right after it. They're first on it. They wrap it around the other way. Hawks able to come out with it this time. As he tries to take the body, 3-on-1, Bruin up, quick shot, what a snipe! That's Casey again. Loves this arena.
yeah, Casey's really over the past couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, has really been on a roll, strong on pucks. That was a snipe.
Tucks that one right under the bar. through the neutral zone. Quick shot up and over the net. The Caps. They try to knock it in deep again, but that goes off Robichaud's shin pad, and the Hawks come back the other way as Casey, little chip and go on his part, and he lays the body. Puck knocked over to the other corner as the Caps pick it up, try to flick it up and out. Millier knocks it down, back to his D partner. Millier almost takes that off the skate. Give it to a Cap player right in the middle of the ice. Patrice up the boards to Arsenault, back the other way. Both teams not having an easy go going through the neutral zone here. Both teams pressuring good. Boudreau first on the puck. He takes a little bump, but he's still got possession. Now he's stripped. And the Caps trying to get their feet going as they cross over the red line. And Mullins puts it up and over the glass as he tried to knock it in deep.
Oh, wrong dot. Here we go. That's better.
Just under 5 to go here in the first period. We're in a 1-1 game. Casey snipes one under the bar to tie it up. Other than that, we've had a back and forth game. Great little play there by the Caps as they look to enter the zone. As they look for a loose puck, trying to sneak through. There's another broken stick. Hey, stretch past to guess who? Arsenault. Quick shot bumped down by Brewer. Well, Tony, he gets about 3 of those a game, and there's one.
Yeah. No, nice look there. Seam pass through both defensemen right on the stick, and you can't ask for a better chance to score than that. The lumber bills increasing as the game goes along here.
Yes, the sticks are running over $400 and change. With only a 30-day warranty. There's a race for it as the call up LeBlanc takes a little bump behind the net. And Rayfuse, we haven't heard much of him yet. He comes on the attack. Shots blocked down. We know when he gets going, Tony, the body hit the floor. And there's a collision there at the blue line where 3 players get caught up in. Rayfuse stripped to the puck. Caps back in the corner. St. Clair goes for the hit, jumps out of the way, passes off the mark, and here comes Fournette, but the goalie comes out to play it. Good heads-up play on his part. And now Michaud on the attack to call up, doing some work in the neutral zone. Puck behind the net. Ooh, an elbow thrown there, it looked like, by Robinson. He may have got away with one there as the hands were up. Nonetheless, the Hawks able to come back the other way. There's a blistering shot. The goalie's not sure where it is as Millier, who scored a sniper there yesterday, throws one off Brewer's shoulder. Millier lays the body down as he gets physical. The first big hit of the game. Casey knocks it in deep. He's on the attack. He tries to finish his check. And now here come the Caps. One too many passes. And Cormier Easily picks that one up. He moves it up to Boudreaux. Boudreaux looking for the stretch pass to Arsenault. Arsenault one-on-one. He goes to the corner. Now to the other side. Cormier eludes a hit. Caps come out with the puck. Mullins crosses over the line. Tries to get a shot away, but Gaudette does a good job holding him up. Boudreaux off the skates, picks up his own deflection. Cormier tries to get it in. Arsenault on the attack. Cormier now. Arsenault almost able to tip that one past Brewer. That one's knocked down by the Caps. Saucer pass over the other side. LeBlanc able to send it down. There might be too many men call here.
People, yeah.
He's ready to blow the whistle, but he put it back. He had it in his mouth, but he took it back. From this angle here, Tony, I'm not sure, but there definitely was too many men on the ice. Whether they touched the puck, I can't confirm or deny that one.
All ones on the clock.
Woo! First period, 1-1 and 1-11. Gaudette knocked down. Right back in by Rayfuse. Big hit there by Fournette in the back end. That puck shakes over to the other side. And Fournette had him lined up as he jumped out of the way last second. The physicality starting to ramp up as both teams settle in here. Here comes McPherson. McPherson to Fournette. Fournette back to McPherson. Little chip on net. And that goes up and out of play with 34 seconds to go here in the first. Last game we played here, the Moncton Hawks won 5-2.
And if I recall, it was kind of tight after the first, and then Hawks kind of pulled away the last two periods. So
yesterday's game was the same way. The Hawks, after, like we said earlier, a fast start in the Jamboree era, have slowed down with their starts, but seem to come through in the second and the third last little bit. That one's a giveaway as the Caps come in. 15 seconds to go. Dexter gets a piece of that one and sends it to the corner. Back up to the point. Shot on net. Lots of traffic. Off a body and doesn't miss by much. And here's another chance. Puck's loose. Dexter again able to get that pad against the post as that puck came off the wall right to the Caps player. 6 seconds to go here. Big draw. The Hawks can contain it. They'll go into the first intermission, 1-1. And that should do it here for the first period. So we have a 1-1 game. Hawks had to claw their way back, but they tie it up at ones. And we'll see you after a 10-minute break here. the second period. 1-1 game. Hawks trying to get it in deep. And they do. Robichaud now on the attack as they elude him and send it the other way. Back and forth out to Robichaud. Quick shot. Goalie turns that aside. Up and not over the head of Richard as he's got great hands. Almost like he's a ball player in the past life.
Our defensemen are looking like outfielders here tonight.
Casey able to knock that off. He lays the stick, and that's an offside call, but Casey gets a good whack at his player.
Yeah, we had Melier jump up for one earlier. And Richard now. We've got hops and good gloves.
Yesterday, the defenseman jumped in on the rush a few times, created a couple great opportunities. Here's the LeBlanc, the call up. As he's settling into the game, here's a 3-on-1 brewing up. And that shot's right on. Dexter stops it, had to look twice there for the rebound. Hawks player is able to get on it first. Boudreau trying to get around his man as he leaves it back for Arsenault. Arsenault tries to send it jauntily out to the front of the net there. Cormier had his man lined up. There's
he did,
chance just to take it, but he may have thought he was coming from the boys' side. Hands go up. Hawks are going to go on the power play as the check was finished there in the corner, but the hands went up high into Robinson's face. And that'll be a head contact. So the Hawks able to see them work here on the power play.
Two-minute variety.
That one's wrapped around the glass. Cadet able to hold it in. Over to Millier now. Millier down low. McPherson up to Fournette. Down to McPherson. Back to Fournette. Fournette could have locked and loaded that one. Must have not liked what he seen, but the puck's bouncing around in front of the net. Now back out to Cadet. Millier fires it from the line. Lots of traffic. And the Hawks back trying to get it to Rapies for the one-timer. They knock it down the ice. And the Caps going for a change. The Hawks take advantage of the stretch pass here. And they're off the mark. The puck again, unable to get to its target, but Fournette picks up the loose. And the Caps able to turn and fire it back out of the zone. Millier now fires it in and around. Goalie able to stop it as he goes up the boards. Michaud working his magic on the boards. That goes up and over. Millier back to retrieve it. Hawks over-skated here as they're unable to get control. Finally, Millier back there for support. Millier up the wing. Here comes Robichaud. Robichaud in the corner. He's due for a goal. Tony. Him in. McPherson. That's knocked down the ice. Stopped by Dexter. St. Clair up the wing. Puck bouncing back and forth. Sent it deep. Takes a weird bounce. Goalie gets to it first. Sends it to the corner. Casey now getting in there. Back to 5-on-5 as the Hawks again unable to make anything happen on the power play. Richard keeps it in deep. Caps look for the stretch pass. Can they get it? Boudreau's got speed though. He'll come back. And he's able to get that stick on it as he was all alone. Great job there by Boudreaux to back check hard.
Yeah,
And
speed and athleticism on display with that one.
Play of the game so far. Now up to Arsenault. Arsenault takes a look back. He's all alone as he works it in the corner. He's bumped off the puck. He gets support. And now the Hawks have to knock it in back. Here's Arsenault in the slot. Poked in the last second. Boudreaux right behind him. Quick shot blocked down. Hawks getting a couple good looks there. Just unable to pull the trigger. Caps make a couple changes here as they come back up over the line. Now working their way to the middle. Shot off a stick up and over the net. Almost 5 minutes into this second period, and again, back and forth hockey. The Hawks have had a couple good chances as of late. Then they get the go-ahead here soon. There's McPherson with a little tip on net. Now Richard has to be shifty there to keep that one in. Richard back with it, sends it over to Milia. Milia now, quick shot, blistering. And the ref's got his hand in the air. Who's he going to call? It's a slash on somebody. And it looks like the Caps are going to go back to the box, and the Moncton going to go back on the power play. Hawks able to get control right off the draw, up to the point, back over to Gaudette. Gaudette tries to send it over to Burnett for the one-time shot. There's McPherson who picks it up after it bobbled off Burnett's stick. Gaudette holds it in. Caps player able to push it out last second. Gaudette has to stop at the line as Rayfuse wasn't quite out. Now he enters the zone, looking to the slot area, goes back deep into the corner. Back up to Millier, who has that jump off his stick. Millier now with some speed as he enters the neutral zone. He's into the zone as he tries to center it. Now Rayfuse. Gaudette unable to hold that one in again. And the Hawks unable to get it set up in the zone. Millie fires it in all the way around. Boudreaux now picks it up the other side. Almost looks like the Hawks are playing with the puck a little bit too much, Tony, instead of making quick passes, setting themselves up back and forth. They hold on to it just that extra second, and then the defensive team able to get the stick on pucks. Now with a little time, he turns and fires Cormier, and the goalie sees that. .28 seconds to go here in the power play for your Moncton Hawks. Here's Casey at the point to Richard. Richard takes a shot just off the bottom of the trapper. That one sneaks by him. And Casey is out playing on the D here as the Hawks look to shake things up on the power play for once.
Yeah, this is the first time we've seen that all year, Jamie, with 4 forwards on the second power play unit.
Well, the coaching staff's been pretty good overall, letting the lines flow through and figures things out on themselves, but when things don't start working, they change it up a little there. Back to 5-on-5. Robichaud trying to get it up. Again, through the neutral zone. Both teams have been hacking and whacking. We see the puck going back and forth a lot. This one sneaks out. And Michaud sends it in. Casey behind the net. He overskates it. Michaud there to pick it up. Gets it back out to St. Clair, who takes a shot.
Oh. Step on that puck.
Takes a fall there behind the net, and the Caps come out as they try to go sideways. There's a tip shot, just misses the net. And now the Caps trying to establish some zone control, but Casey's able to get a piece of that, but not out. Here's the Caps, first on puck behind the net, send it up to their D. D to D pass. Mullins now through a lot of traffic, knocked down. And that one shot in to the Caps bench as Robinson able to get the leg on that block shot. Well, next weekend, the regular season takes a halt as the Monktonian comes into town, one of the biggest tournaments around. Moncton Hawks will be playing their first game on Thursday. Oh, and the ref puts his hand up late on that one as the goalie comes to the bench and the Caps going back on the power play. As they get their extra man on, they get control. Hawks trying to pressure to get their stick on the puck, and they do there. And that's a boarding call. Rayfuse, who's been so physical there, unable to get away with that one. Clean win by the Caps, but a giveaway. Hawks able to send it the length of the ice. Caps goalie has to be sharp here tonight with his puck handling skills as he's played the puck multiple times there. He takes a little run at Fournette as he goes around the net. Caps overskate that one. Second player picks it up. Now deep behind the net. They battle for it. Caps come out with it. Back up to the line. D to D pass. McPherson lays the body. Takes the puck. Can he get it out? Nope, the Caps able to get on that puck. Here's a chance for the Caps, but they elect not to shoot. They go back up to the line, but that one sneaks out. Caps enter the zone, no pressure there, as it took a little too long to wind up. Caps go on a change here. Nice poke check there. Shot right on. Dexter's got to be careful as it bounces off the wall. Now McPherson sends it up to Arsenault. Arsenault one-on-one. He just shoots. And he'll go to the corner and try to waste a little time off the clock. Cormier coming in hard as he sends it back. Robinson puts it all the way down. That goes off the linesman. Back up across the line. Caps now being swarmed by a couple Hawks. Finally, able to get across center and get it into the zone. Back to 5-on-5. As the Hawks able to kill off another penalty. And Arsenault takes off for a change. Puck's back in the Hawks zone. Robinson picks it up as he battles 1-on-2 in the corner. Cormier's coming in to help. Puck's chipped and finally out of the zone here as the Hawks trying to get it back in. Casey on the attack. He'll be first on the puck. He takes a hit behind the net. Battle in the corner. And there's a hit. It was just a little hit. The ref puts his hand up. Not much going there. Just a little physical contact. Nobody fell. And he's going to call a boarding call on that. So again, the Hawks will be down a man. And it seems to come in twos here, Tony, as the Hawks took the first couple penalties of the game, and then they get the next couple of power plays, and now again, they're just trading back and forth. And the referee getting into it with the coach there, as the coach said just to let them play, as he didn't think that was penalty worthy. That one's offside, delayed for a second. 8 minutes to go here in the second period, still in a deadlock 1-1 game. As the Caps throwing everything at the Hawks to keep them in bay. Mullins now from the line. Nice block there by Richard. And that one, unable to make the mark. Goalie out to play it again. He tries to send it up ice quick. Hawks able to get back in position quickly. Caps over the line. They send it in deep. Make a couple changes.
Oh, weird bounce.
Caps again, send it in deep. McLaughlin now behind the net. Stop there for Millier, who fires it. Doesn't quite get out there. Caps able to hold it in. D to D. Great job by the Hawks staying up on the line here tonight, Tony. Not giving many shots from the point overall. Stick gets involved. There, the Hawks able to clear the zone. McPherson lays the body. And the Hawks send it the length of the ice. 10 seconds to go. As McPherson was trying to line up his man. And here comes Rayfuse. Rayfuse held up a little bit on that one as he remembered what happened last time. Caps in the zone. Cadet lays the body. Now St. Clair trying to chip it up the boards to his man. Arsenault trying to get a break. And they collide. The physicality ramping back up. As St. Clair takes a go at his guy now. In the corner. 4-man battle. Puck sneaks out to the middle. Boudreau now. As he tries to go around his man. He's held up. Cormier now. Behind the net. Boudreau comes out with it. Back down to Cormier. And that could have been a tripping call there. Even though he was going to play the puck the way the ref's been calling penalties, he could have called that a trip, as it was Cormier's stick who did trip him.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't intentional.
Maybe the questioning on the last boarding call there made him think twice about calling that one.
Yeah. Yeah, so good heads-up action by the coach to yell at the referees to stop calling penalties. And I don't mind those calls. That tripping wouldn't have affected anything. So sometimes you just gotta let it go. Arsenault now trying to walk out. He goes to the line. He moves in the slot area, sends it down low to Richard. Richard trying to get that one through. Backhand centering pass by Boudreau, but nobody home. That goes up a stick and out of play. .441 to go here in the second period. Still deadlocked at ones. Nisho in the corner. He digs for it. Caps able to come out with it. Great job there as the Moncton D hold their ground, but chipped in deep. St. Clair, little bump in the corner. Casey now cross ice to Michaud. Michaud chips it in as he goes on the attack. Robichaud now tries to center it to Michaud. Puck bouncing back and forth, side to side here. As Michaud goes in, tries to get physical himself. Caps try to chip it in. Cadet's on the hunt for that puck, and he tracks it down. He shake and bakes his man. Now a pass up to Casey, but just off the mark. And Caps again unable to make the mark the other way. They knocked that one down, put it in deep. Cadet to St. Clair, who had to be quick. It's the Caps. Press hard with the forecheck. Burnett unable to clean that one out. That one goes off a shin pad. Just misses the top corner. There's a big hit attempt by Rayfuse. Tried to take his man out at the line.
Oh,
little trip there as Moncton player taken down and goes hard into the boards. That call is left alone. And now Richard's back up. Tries to chip it over to his partner, LeBlanc. He sends it back over to Richard. Richard back up to Fernet, who loses it in his feet. Caps trying to hold it in, but finally out. Here comes Fernet trying to get loose, but sticks all over him. Now Boudreau, quick shot. Goal easily stops that.
Yeah, so we haven't seen the Hawks assert themselves as this game moves along. It's been an even back and forth period, so with 1:47 left, you'll have that and another period to try and squeak this one out on a Saturday night.
Well, if the last couple minutes of that Miramichi game, they were tied up at 1, and then they went into the third period 3-1. Last night again up 3-1. So the games have been close going into the third. But this one's still deadlocked here at ones. That one will be offside. As the Hawks have to clear. Millier rubs his man out, bumps the second. And the Hawks trying to chip that one out, but it's not out. Here's a chance for the Caps, but knocked down by Millier. He flicks it down the ice. Arsenault's going to be first on it. Cormier going to the net. And that one's intercepted by the Caps. And they try to make a fast break, but St. Clair gets over there. Seconds to go here in the second period. Hawks looking for a stretch pass. There it is to Casey. Casey's under duress as he was caught up backwards to forwards there. Great chance by the Hawks late. And now behind the net. The Caps unable to clear it. Will there be one last attempt here? No, that should do it here for the second period. No goals as we go back. 1-1. Going into the third period, it's going to be a make it or break it period here in the third as we get a game going on. Not much action as far as shots on net there late in the second. We'll see what the third has in store for us. We'll see in about 10 minutes. And here we go for the third. Knocked in deep by the Caps. As they walk out to the slot, and Dexter able to square up to that one and leave no rebound.
Dangerous shot. We've seen people walking out across the ringette line and score from there, so good save right away by Dexter.
Caps able to win the draw, but a couple too many stick handles, and that gets outside the zone. Amelie up the wing, chipped out to Robichaud. Robichaud across the blue line, quick shot. Goalie gloves that one down, but now at the line, Richard tries to feed it through everybody. Casey stripped of the puck. Here's a chance. Dexter's out for the poke check. Misses it, but he's got it in between his two hands.
No fear, Dexter McLaughlin, head first.
One thing about Dexter, if you know him, he likes to be aggressive at times. We haven't seen too much of it this year, but he didn't hesitate on that one, although he missed the puck. He took lots of ground and made the Caps player have to jump over top of him to get out of the way. Caps turn it right back around in deep. That one's chipped up to the blue line. As the Caps able to hold it in, but puck given away. Hawks come back the other way. There's a chance for Arsenault in the slot, the crossover shot. Great save there by Brewer as he scored a dandy yesterday against the Flyers in that same type of look. This one sneaks out to the line. Knocked in deep by Gaudette. Arsenault tries to get it out to Cormier. Cormier, sharp angle shot. Goes off the shoulder and maybe the side of the bar there. As both teams exchange a couple half-decent chances early here in the opening of the third. Puck behind the net of the Caps. Both teams go back and forth. Caps try to chip it through, go on the odd man rush, but that's knocked down and sent in deep. Rayfuse now. There's a shot from the point, tip back and forth, doesn't quite make it on net. Rayfuse got a piece of it. There's a big collision. Both players go down as Fournette lines his man up. Now the Caps look for the stretch pass. Intercepted by the Hawks. Rayfuse now. He's got Michaud all alone over the far side. Couldn't quite spot him. And there's Michaud knocked down with a cross check. No call. So it looks like refs listening to the coach. Not making any calls here in the last few. There's a flying elbow missed by the Caps player. Shot right on, gloved down by the goalie. So the refs letting them play here in the third as they're deadlocked in a 1-1 game. Robichaud sends his man in the body. That one almost sneaked out from the slot area. Shot from the point. As any puck towards the net that makes its way to the slot can be dangerous here in the third. Casey unable to get that in deep, but his partner does. And they call that icing. So quick correction there on number 22, Mason Millier, not Milia. I'll try to do my best to say it correctly. Here's Boudreau up to Arsenault. Arsenault back to Boudreau. Boudreau trying to get some wood on it, but that sneaks out. Shot from the point. Puck's loose. Goalie had to jump on it quickly, as that was loose momentarily in front of the net. Draw one back, but sneaks out of the zone, as LeBlanc has to be careful. Boudreau able to get his stick involved, knocked it down. Now Arsenault looking for Cormier. No, it's Boudreau back in. Quick shot. Nice save by Brewer. Another shot blocked. Hawks coming close. But like they say, close but no cigar here in the early going. Hawks still pressing. Now overshot from the point. Tip. The puck's loose. And it's picked up by the Caps in front of the net. Shot all the way down for an icing, as that was the only thing they could do to get out of that mini storm.
Jamie, another athletic play there by Boudreau to get that shot off. Falling down and reaching back.
Hawks trying to knock it down. And it eventually sneaks out. Robinson under duress. Caps now entering the zone, but unable to establish control. Hawks trying to settle it down. Coming through the neutral zone now is Arsenault. Arsenault tries to go between the legs. Now behind the net. Arsenault back up to the point. As Richard's gonna fire. Nobody in front of the net. Brewer easily sees that one. Sends that aside. Millier jumps in on the rush. No one back to cover yet. The Caps flick it down the ice and go for a change. Stretch pass up to Arsenault, who chips it in. As the Caps were able to make their change quick enough to stop him from breaking free. This one's going to be offside.
Pretty nifty tip in there by Arsenault, eh?
Yeah, Arsenault seen quickly that he had no space to continue up. So as his teammates went for a change, he decided to chip it in and go for a change himself. So good heads-up play, looking for the moments and spots. A one to strike by Arsenault. Rapeuse coming in hard, but that's an icing the other way.
I'll try not to use the word nifty too much more.
Caps right off the draw, shot right on. Millier, he gets rid of the rebound. Back to the corner he goes. He tries to pick up a loose puck. Hawks trying to come through the neutral zone, but bouncing puck, allowing no success there. Hawks over the line. McPherson chips it in. C goes in. He waits for some support. He's got Burnett down there. Rapeuse now back at the line. Sends a shot towards the net. Blocked down by the Caps. Rapeuse finishes his There's a bouncing puck, almost sneaks by Brewer, sent out front. As Raynews again tries to get that loose puck. Caps doing a great job knocking down those centering attempts by the Hawks. Robichaud unable to get it out. That one sent up over the glass by the Caps. Well, it's still early yet. We've seen 2 overtime games. 3 overtime games, to be corrected, by our Hawks. 2 of them, 1 in overtime, 1 of them lost.
Yeah, I'm with Coach McPherson on that one. Not sure why that face-off's in the zone.
Hawks come back the other way on a 3-on-2. Can they make something happen? And here's a great shot by Michaud, but a better save by Brewer. And that was a nifty little glove save, eh, Tony?
Yeah. Yeah, he speared that one.
Hawks again behind
now I get it, Jamie. You were making fun of me.
You caught that one a little late. And here's the Hawks sending it back up to the D, back down low again. As the lanes are closing, there's a little bump on Robichaud. He gets interfered with, no call. And Robinson could have got leveled there, as I don't think he's seen the Caps player coming the other side. Michaud sends that one over to Casey. Casey all alone, 1-on-5. As he comes back, he gets hit in the process. And Boudreau trying to get around his man. And both teams trying to, again, get possession of this puck. Crucial time having possession here. Almost halfway through the third. There's a chance for the Caps as they sneak in. That's shot wide. Stretch pass up to Arsenault, now down low. Back down to Arsenault. Arsenault trying to find Boudreau off the side of the net there. Back up to Gadet. Gadet off the shin pads. Breakaway here. As the puck sneaks out. Quick shot off the side of the net as Dexter took a quick peek behind him. That almost looked like it went underneath his pad and off the side of the net and up and over the glass. As he still takes a look to see what just happened there. This one's chipped up. Cormier trying to get by. He's got Boudreau. Can he get to the puck first? Caps able to escape that attack. There's a giveaway. And here comes the Caps, but St. Clair able to get some body. Slow his defender down. St. Clair under duress now as the Caps come up with it. They take a shot up and over the net. Caps pressuring here now. Caps go for a change. Hawks unable to make a pass in the neutral zone with no pressure here. It's the Hawks a little bit. There's a shot right on. Brewer will cover that one.
Yeah, pretty disjointed right now, Jamie.
The Caps can smell it there. The Hawks were pressing earlier, but The longer this stays close, the more the Caps can feel a chance of victory. That one's kept in, high sticked. Caps touch it. Now rape use. Again, pass off the mark. Millier now. Sneaks by his defender. A little chip up to McPherson who knocks it in, goes for a change. Hawks unable to keep this one in as they were going for a change that last dump in. Caps give it away. Michaud sends it in deep. So he took a look for anybody around. Stretch pass off the mark. And that's an icing. Well, the Hawks have had a couple good looks there earlier in this period. One unable to get that go-ahead goal. Will that come back to haunt them? Caps first in on the puck. Giveaway here as the Hawks able to come in. Casey able to hold it momentarily on the boards. He gets support by Robichaud, who knocks it in deep. Casey now behind the net. Little pass out by Michaud. Looking for his man in front. The puck's loose out front. Michaud was just turned around the other way. Here's the Hawks. Great chance there. Offside. The ref blows that one down as Casey gets in a little too quick before the puck crossed the line. Another great opportunity, just missed by the Hawks. Sometimes you gotta be a little bit patient, and sometimes you gotta just go for it. But that time,
all the way down.
and that one
I don't think that was intention at all.
I don't think a player would intentionally go offside for a breakaway. That's a weird call here.
Yeah.
Late in the game, we've seen a couple ones there where Caps player shot it from outside the line, outside the glass, and they brought the puck inside. And then that one all the way down. Robinson back to pick it up. He's under pressure. He's able to come out with it as Arsenault stripped of the puck though. Going to be a battle of who wants it more here in the last 5 minutes. 6:25 to go exact. There's a chance for Bugo! And he doesn't miss this time. That's a great heads-up play.
That was a pretty one. Well, Jimmy, we needed that one.
like we said earlier, no team's a guaranteed win, but as of late, playing against the teams closer to the bottom, the scores have been a lot closer than what we would expect. Here's another chance. Great save there by Brewer as he's made a couple dandies, and maybe that's the reason why we're not up by a few more.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few nifty glove saves, if I do say so myself.
6, 7 of those.
7, yeah.
Knocked down at the line by Richard, but Caps able to sneak by. 2-on-1. Richard trying to get back. The saucer pass goes a little too high, though. But the Caps still trying to come out of the corner. A little pass goes off the side of the net and bounces too far. Here's a chance for the Caps moving in. Great job there by Cadet. Intercept that one. And now a battle in the corner. The Caps not given an easy path for the Hawks to clear, and they come out with the puck now, loose it for the net. It's loose. Dexter get his bat on it. Good fighting through a traffic save there as he had to slam that pad down quickly. Hawks win the draw, but give it right away. Centering pass is blocked. Caps knock it in deep. They elude their man there, but unable to keep it in at the line was their D-man. So the Hawks back to retrieve it. Caps trying to get it deep and get possession here. The Hawks come back the other way. And Amelia jumps up on that one, over skates the puck, but he gets back quickly. There's a shot off the head of McLaughlin. Now behind the net, puck shot over to the other side and picked up by Rayfuse. Rayfuse now trying to create a two-man as he tries to backhand it towards the net, poked away by the goalie. As he tried to find Fournette to the far side. 3:20 to go here. Look for their goalie to come out at around the 1:30 mark. Maybe even a little earlier. St. Clair's got to be quick to get back to that one. 1-goal game. And the affiliate Micho still on the ice, so great job there showing trust in the call-ups as they've been playing very well here. Here's a 3-on-1 blowing up. Here's the chance. Shot, scores! As the Caps able to get that one in on their limited amount of chances left in this game. And we're tied at 2, Tony.
Tied at 2.
As much as it's fun to win, overtime's always fun to watch too, but It's not over yet as the Hawks enter the zone. There's a shot towards the net. Millier able to shave one defender. Big shot right on net. Loose. Puck's loose again. Goalie doesn't have the puck, but the refs decide to blow the whistle super early. I don't know if they get paid for overtime or not. Cormier. Clean win over to Richard. Lots of traffic. Richard sends it over the net. Not the shot we were looking for at this time. And here's a fast break by the Caps, but guess who? Millier, he's quick to get back into play. Sent right back in by the Caps. Dexter stops it behind the net. Arsenault chips it over to Cormier. Cormier picks up the rebounding puck as he enters the zone. And that one overskated, but 3 Hawk players back there. And here comes Cormier back the other way. Sends it in deep all the way around. Hawks weren't hard on the puck there to keep that one in. They control the play here as they try to knock it in deep. There goes McPherson putting it in. And now chipped up and out by the Caps. As Fournette turns over to McPherson. McPherson over to Fournette. Fournette trying to sneak it in there, but that goes wide. Last minute of play here in the third period. Knocked down by Fournette. Fournette tries to send it into Rayfuse. Rayfuse now in the corner. Fournette comes in for some help. Puck still behind the net. Sneaks out to Gaudette. Gaudette loses control last second as he wanted to fire that one on net. There's a shot from Millier. Boudreau now jumps in. He's in the slot over to Cormier. Cormier, quick shot. And Millier trying to get over there quick. Just can't hold it in. 18 seconds to go here. Hawks trying to set up one more play. And they get it in deep. They're on the attack. And they get control here. That's chipped up. And there's a hand pass. And it's blown down. And that'll come out with 4 seconds to go. It looks like we're going to OT for the 4th time this year. However, there's a couple stats. Although my last one, don't know if I want to say it. Maybe I'll just wait. Do you believe in superstitions?
Nope.
All right. Well, Dexter McLaughlin is 2-0 in overtime.
Oh.
He's also the only goalie in the league this year that hasn't come to a loss.
Oh.
And he'll go down into the books here with at least a tie.
Yeah, 3-on-3 hockey for overtime at the U15 AAA level. So we've got good horses for this type of a game.
Looks like they're going to start things off with Arsenault, Cormier, and Richard. A couple players to keep an eye on in overtime. Look for Mullins on the Caps.
Who tied it up?
Who's got a great shot, also got some wheels. He likes to go end-to-end a lot. Also look for fast Boudreau if he gets a chance on the ice. But don't be surprised if you see Cormier and Arsenault make a nice little tic-tac play of their own. Puck possession key here. Moncton comes up with it. As Cormier trying to get his wheels going. He gets around one. Can Arsenault join him? Back up to Richard. Richard now back down to Cormier. Cormier over to Richard. Arsenault didn't like what he sees. And they retreat back here as Cormier will go for a change in the speedy Boudreau out now. And up to Boudreau, one-on-one battle. Look for him to put the wheels on. And he just loses possession. He tries to center it. And again, possession is key. You got to make sure that pass is there. And here come the Caps as they put a shot towards the net. But it's clubbed down by McLaughlin. Caps have already had one tie this year in overtime, 6-6 game against the Flyers. All four of our overtimes have ended with a team winning at some point. Let's see if it holds true here. Here's a chance. Starts pass. Oh, here we go. Quick shot, save, rebound. And Cadet unable to find the back of the net, but it's close. Here's another chance. Over to Cadet. Cadet's got Casey all the way to the other side. He can't get much wood on it. Now Casey, as he wheels and deals his way around the ice, he's going to come back. And we got 3 minutes to go. Cadet gets it on the backhand as the pass was just off the mark. He goes in as he fights to try to get control. Again, possession's key here. Now back behind the net. Both teams battle for it. And the puck sneaks out. And now Boudreau gets possession. He sends it back to Casey. Cadet gonna go change. And here comes Millier. Look for him. He's got some wheels too. Can he get in the mix? That's up to Fournette. Fournette, Millier has him coming in. And two-man caught. But Fournette coming back hard to pick up his man. And there's a giveaway. And here come the Hawks now. As Fournette, Millier, he joins it. Fournette cuts across. He goes on the puck. And here's a breakaway. Whitefield's doing all he can to get back. McLaughlin's got it. It's a save of the game so far.
Yeah, he did save the game on that one.
2 minutes to go here.
Hawks had some good chances. Couldn't bury it.
Right here, I would have liked to have seen a change as Rayfuse had to skate hard back, which means his heart rate is probably going a million miles an hour. Richard lays the body. Rayfuse with his big body in there now, trying to get that puck loose. Oh, he's strong on the puck as he's getting held there. There's a shot, and McLaughlin sends that up over the net. Cormier, Arsenault, and Richard, the three who started it off, back on the ice here for the last 1:38. Here's Arsenault, one-on-one. He's trying to slow things down, wait for some help. As he enters the zone, tries to get some control time. Boys are going to have to move around here. Here's a chance, one-timer, right on. As Brewer makes the save of his game here to hold his team in. Arsenault now got to look for Cadet cutting through. No, he's going to hold it over to Cormier. Cormier's got Arsenault for the chip. It's almost in, but great stick there. The ref goes down. The puck's loose. Last minute of play in the game. OT. Here we go. Cormier now down the wing. Nice little move there as he comes around. Nobody's ready for the pass over to Arsenault. Arsenault back over to Cormier. Cormier back to Gaudette. One last chance here maybe as Gaudette sends it through. There's a rebound off the boards. And here comes Mullins. Mullins down. He can't send it through as he runs out of real estate. 25 to go. Cormier back the other way. The D takes a look. Cormier's through. Back and goal! 17.5 to go. The D took a look back at the clock just momentarily, which gave Cormier a half a second to go right and then back to the left for the goal that squeaks just under the arm of Brewer. And McLaughlin remains undefeated and undefeated in overtime. What a game, folks. Like I said, the Hawks will be battling it out in the first tournament of the year, the Monctonian, next weekend starting Thursday. 2 games on Friday, so stay tuned for that. We thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.